Hi everybody, I'm Bill Sanders and this is Watch Art Sci, the art and science of watch collection. Today we're going to take a look at Don's collection that he calls Magnificent Seven, and that's a great name because the choices he's made are quite magnificent. And but before we get started, I'm going to have sort of a double wristwatch check. The first one is on this particular watch. This is one I've been working on. It's got an ETA Unitas 6498 movement, and it's got a bronze and steel case to it, and with bluish hands. I don't know whether they're actually blued or not. They look it, but whether they are or not, I'm not sure. And anyhow, so I finished that, and this is one of the projects I was working on, and it's all done now, and I'll be looking for another one. And then also I'm wearing my Vacheron Constantin 1972 date night tonight, and so I'm going to be wearing it out. All right, so let's take a look at Don's watches. Let's start off. He's got this magnificent Rolex Oyster Perpetual. This one I really like. The blue and gold combination is just really a beautiful, beautiful watch. This is Oyster Perpetuals, especially this one. They can sort of oscillate between a sports watch and a dress watch. They're a great, versatile watch. Love them. Love that watch. That's a neat watch. All right, the next one is another one I like a lot. This is a Blancpain 50 Fathoms. And Don's got it on what looks like I think it's a NATO strap. It might be one of the other ones that's sort of NATO looking. But anyways, it's some kind of textile or what webbing strap on there. It's good for summer use, and for, you don't get all goofing up your good gaiter or leather bands on this some of the hot weather we had this last summer. But anyways, 50 Fathom, great looking watch, and sort of got this really dark blue, even blue black dial to it. Another gorgeous watch in Don's collection. Now this next one is a Grand Seiko, and Grand Seikos are extremely well-made watches. This one is it's got the date window at 3 o'clock, and then center seconds, hour, and minutes. Gorgeous watch, great versatile watch, the kind of watch that can be used for all kinds of things. It's sort of a good dressy office watch, depending on the kind of business you're in. if you're in something very physical, maybe not, but for most kind of, like I said, for office work, great looking watch. That's another one, very well made too. These Grand Seikos are extremely good looking watches and very well made ones. Good looking bracelet too that comes with it. This next one is a Longines, and it is such a classy looking watch. I mean, it's something that looks good without making a lot of noise. Okay, it's just sort of just like a really beautiful watch. To me, it's the kind of watch. It's a good everyday watch. A good what I call office watch. This is where you go to the office. You're not trying to prove anything, and you just want a good timekeeping watch. And this is a real beauty. And Longines, the nice thing about Longines, they tend to be a lot more affordable than some of the other watches that we have looked at and going to look at. Beautiful, beautiful choice in watches. Okay, now this next one is one of my favorite. This is a Jaeger-LeCoultre reversal, and this has got the day and night. This is the day side of it, and it just, nice clean watch. In some respects, it's like my Vacheron Constantin, except my Vacheron Constantin has this sort of this crazy, trapezoid shape to it. whereas your reversos are a nice clear rectangle with got your small seconds at 6 o'clock. And then for nighttime, you get a second watch. I mean, this is like getting two watches for the price of one. And then you just flip it over, and there you have your nighttime. So it's really a cool watch. It's the kind of thing you could, great for a dinner date and great for an office watch too. It's a really neat watch. Again, like I said, this is one of my favorite, and probably my favorite one in Don's collection. Great watch. Okay, now here's another one. I keep gushing about Don's watches, and I like every one of them the best. Here's another one I like the best. Now, this is a chronograph. It doesn't look like one. This is a Zenith Elite, not an El Primero. And I think the Zenith Elites are often overlooked. And I think this thing has got, this is another fast mover, too. The thing runs at 5 hertz, which is like 36,000 beats per hour, something like that. Or vibrations per day or per hour. I forgot which one of the two. But most watches run at 4 hertz. This one runs at 5 hertz. What you get out of it is greater accuracy. I think it also has got like a really good, I think it's like 5 days or something. It's really an amazing watch. There's so much talk about El Primero this and El Primero that, and rightfully so. I mean, El Primero is a neat watch. I mean, a neat movement. And they got a lot of neat watches with the El Primero, but at the same time, they have some wonderful ones with the Elite in it. And I love the hand-wound feature of it. And this is a very cool watch. Now, one of the things that I didn't see for a while is the chronograph. And you can see the chronograph. You can just see the bottom chronograph button right underneath the crown there. And at 3 and 9 o'clock, you have a couple subdials for your chronograph functions. But this is one of those watches you don't hear a lot about, but it's a neat watch, and I really like it. Here again, you have a very versatile watch. It's the kind of chronograph you could take that out, on a dinner date or something like that. It'll work fine. A lot of these sort of big, massive kinds of things you take to cage wrestling chronograph. This is not it. This is one that has to me, it's a wonderfully versatile watch. You can wear it to all kinds of occasions, I think. So I wouldn't wear it to a sporting occasion. That's a major purpose of a chronograph, and maybe to a horse race or something. Another watch in Don's collection. It's extremely well chosen. Okay, now those are the ones that Don has. And he's thinking of, he wanted a GMT Master 2. Now, GMT, and he wanted to get the root beer version of it. I like the GMT Master. I know a lot of people don't like the Cyclops date. I do. I think it's a great idea. You can see the date. I mean, if you're going to have a date window, you might as well be able to see it without a magnifying glass or something. And the root beer style, I like the brown and black together. So this is, a very attractive watch. For international travel, going through time zones and so forth, it could be really handy. There are other GMTs I tend to prefer, and those are ones that have the night and day subdials on it, so you can tell, if you're going to call somebody at home, whether they're in bed or out of bed yet, just by looking at the night and day thing. But he does have that reversal, so you could use that for the night and day as well. But this is a cool watch. I'm like I said, I'd probably, I have chosen different ones for GMT, but this was one of the ones that I really liked. I would have probably got it had not I went out and blew a lot of money on another watch. I ended up with a Zenith Elite for a GMT. And then later on, got a Hemispheres by Parmigiani, which is just, I love those Hemispheres for multiple times. All right, those are my choices. This is Don's. I think it's a very, very nice watch. It's just for GMT. All right, well, listen, this is, like I said, now this is the one that, this will make the 7. He's got a magnificent 6 right now. So this is the one is on his radar to get next. I really would like your feedback, your comments. In my opinion, this is a extremely well-chosen set of watches. You don't have a lot of the same things, which is, to me, not, I don't care what kind of watches they are. If they're all the same, they're not as interesting as something that has some variety. So you don't feel that so you feel like you have more than one watch. And that's one thing I really like about Don's. It doesn't have to be huge. I'd rather see a well-chosen one than somebody who collects so many, they only get to use a few anyway. So anyway, okay, so now next week I'm not sure what we're having next week, and I'll tell you why. The Watch Time show in New York begins on Friday night, and I'd really like to have something from the show if we can. I'll have to figure out. Maybe we'll have a live stream from it. I'm not sure how that's going to end up. We'll see, like I said. So, and then Saturday, we're going to be there. I hope to include in the video some of the big names are going to be there, like Kerry Wooten-Lannon, Roland Murphy from RGM. Marco, I hope Marco Lang's going to be there from Lang and Lang and Hein. It's my Grail watch, and I can't pronounce it, along with many others. Okay, so until then, this is Bill Sanders for Watch Art Sci, the art and science of watch collection.